I have a fairly large collection of camcorders. Of this collection, the majority of them are VHS-C cameras. However, of this collection, I only have two that have LCD viewfinders. LCD view screens. This one, hello, and one over here is now in the low-end radio studio with the Palm sight. Unfortunately, this one does not record correctly, which is why it's here on a permanent basis. So that leaves just this one with the view screen that actually functions. Well, that used to be the case, but it is not the case anymore. In this bag is a Panasonic PV-L606, which is very closely related to the L608 that I have in the studio, the silver one. At least in model number. It's actually got more features, which is kind of strange. Well, you can see the bag. It's not in the best condition. It's not really the best bag ever. Go ahead and open it. Pay absolutely no mind to this price tag. I did not pay that. In fact, I did not pay anywhere close to that. It did not come with the power supply, which was one of the things that really set me off of buying it in the first place. But of course, you can't leave a camcorder with a view screen at the thrift store, especially one that's in this good a condition. It's in really good shape. It must have been very rarely used. It did come to me with a tape that's got footage on it. Unfortunately, the tape was in the camcorder, so it does not have the carrying case. But it wouldn't really be the first one in my collection that doesn't have the carrying case. So here's the receipt. Came to me with a tripod mount that is entirely useless to me because I don't even know what tripod it would have come off of. So maybe I'll sell that on eBay for some ridiculous price or something, I don't know. But here's the best part. Screw all the camcorder crap. It comes with one of these, the VHS Play Pack. What's this, you might ask? Well, it's one of these little cassette shell adapters, which allows you to play VHS-C tapes in a regular VCR. I don't know if the camcorder would have come with one of these. If I read the manual correctly, it seemed to imply that it did. But you never see these anymore. At least I've never seen them. This is the first one of these I've ever seen in person. And I've seen, you saw my collection of VHS-C cameras. They're everywhere. But that's the first VHS cassette shell adapter I have ever seen. Alright. So we have that. There's nothing else in there. There's nothing else in here. There is the camera, which we'll get into in just a second. And of course, aforementioned user manual. When you have a look at the camera itself, you wonder how on earth people actually use these things, because this is bulky. I mean, like, look at this thing. It's ridiculous. How the hell can people actually use these? But you gotta remember, this was a time when something like this would have been considered top of the line. And to have all of that in the palm of your hand, well, needless to say, it's no bigger than the camera I'm using right now, which is a PV-L457. You still got your electronic viewfinder, which is unfortunately still black and white. You don't really get any advancements there. Although you definitely get a much less stingy view screen, which you can see there. It's larger than the one on this camera. You can still turn it off if you wanted to, which is a nice feature that I wish a lot of other more modern cameras had. When you don't want it wasting your battery, it'd be nice just to be able to turn it off. There, of course, is our tape door. And we've got some information here. Let's see if I can actually show this to you. You can pause the video if you wish to read any of that, assuming you can. Assuming that the video compression doesn't completely have its way with it. I don't think there's any real way I can get much closer. Or you can read it. My apologies for the scraping noise on the microphone, such as what happens when you got a massive view screen like this. On the side, there's your open. It's got volume for the speaker. On the underside, it's got, color and tint controls, as well as a brightness control. Right there. That's pretty much it. Other controls you get, the power switch is on the front. Here you can see a tally light. There is a video light, halogen spotlight, which is pretty cool. There's your manual focus control down there. There's all your playback controls on the viewfinder stock. That's pretty standard for these things. Microphone. There's your light control, backlight compensation, fader, which is just like the PV-L606. You get numerous different modes and numerous colors of fades. It's really quite advanced. I wish this camera had it because it would be very nice, but it doesn't. Electronic image stabilization. It's got digital zoom, which is the 608's got that. High-speed shutter. The thing is that the PV-L608 does not have. It does have the titler, which is an automatic titler, so on specific days of the year, you'll get titles such as Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, the usual kind of things. But two things that the L608 does not have: motion detect record mode and negative transpose. We'll have to demonstrate those once we're actually in a video situation. Which, speaking of, I think it's time to move on to that. I've replaced the clock battery in it, set the time and date, I've done all of that. I hope I put the battery in the right way. I don't know if you can put it in both ways or not. On some of them you can. But needless to say, I think it's time we give this thing a whirl. You think so? I think so. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so if it's not lying to me, and it's actually working, we are recording on the Panasonic Palmcorder with DisplayMate, model number PV-L606 VHS-C Camcorder. So here's the extent of the zoom, at least the optical zoom. It's got 16 times optical zoom. If I wanted to turn the digital zoom on, which I'll just do for demonstration purposes here, that's what you get. It's really no better than the optical zoom. So, but I'll be perfectly honest with you, it does not look nearly as bad as the digital zoom on some, at least on the view screen. It doesn't look as bad as some cameras do. Here's the camera I was using previously, the PV-L457. Very nice camera. I paid way too much money for, I will admit. It was more than that sticker price. Way more than that sticker price. Really wasn't worth it, but I picked it up, and then I don't use it. I actually have mostly stopped using these VHS-C cameras, which then may make it seem like one of a surprise that I actually picked one up. But, I mean, come on. It's a very nice camera. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn off the LCD. You may or may not, assuming your ears can hear it and the microphone actually picks it up, hear the CRT come on. It's just a black and white picture tube. Turn on the LCD again. I noticed another curiosity. When the LCD is on like this, I just turn the video light on. It's on, and I don't have a video light. When I turn the LCD off, there's your video light. I'm not sure you can really see it, but it's there. I turn the viewfinder on, or the view screen back on, the video light disappears. Just try that again. Something dark. You can really see it there. I don't know why it does that. That seems kind of weird. It must be some kind of power save functionality. So let's try out the fades. So you already saw this black fade. Here is a white fade. So the rest of these fades are done with the button here. No, they're not auto fades. What does the manual actually call it out as? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually read the manual. Yeah, I know, I'm probably going to lose some of my man card here. It calls it something. I don't remember what it calls it out as. One touch auto fade. So yes, I was correct. It's just black and white. All the other fades that it's got several. Such as this is a, what do they call it? Soft, sharp, mosaic, soft, sharp, stripe, and random. So this is a soft diamond fade. And we'll pick a color. I might as well just pick black. It's got a couple of different colors, which we'll demonstrate here. This fade. So you can change the color. So that's what we have. Let it fade back in, because we have to before we can change it. Hard, or sharp, diamond. I don't believe it fades out the audio with these regular fades. Color digital fades, it calls it. Mosaic, diamond. Soft square. If you push the button in the middle of the fade, you get a really cool effect. I like it. Cheesy digital effects. Hard square, or a rectangle, such as the case may be. Stripe, which isn't what you think it is. It's actually just like that. Which I think is a pretty cool fade. The last one is the coolest of them all. I'm going to go ahead and get some color for that one. Let's make it red. Random fade. I don't know about you, but that is totally badass. We could change the colors while it's moving. I like that fader. It's my favorite one of them all. Alright, so there's our fades. Probably should turn the light off. Backlight compensation mode. I don't believe it'll do anything right now because I'm not backlit or anything like that. Maybe it did something, maybe it didn't. I don't really know. So we have the fades. We got the titler, which we can't turn on when it's recording. So I'll demonstrate that here in a second. The electronic image stabilizer, which really doesn't work too well. What do you expect for an EIS? And it could be worse, really. Now, I don't know if it'll actually record the tape like this. I think it will, but if I push the negative button, we get negative art. Unfortunately, that is the only effect it really has. It doesn't have any other digital effects. But it makes things look kind of creepy. Okay, this is motion detection mode. So I'm moving around. And according to the manual, it says 3 seconds after it perceives motion, it will record. And so it's recording right now because I moved for 3 seconds. And I'm going to stop moving. And 30 seconds after I stop moving, it should stop recording. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera down on something, so that way it will definitely stop recording. Get the toilet paper out of the way. Motion detection is flashing. Doesn't work with sound, it only works with motion. Yes, it's toilet paper. I use it in place of paper towel because it's more convenient to get to it, as opposed to having to go all the way downstairs for paper towel. I just stay up here. So here's an example of a single line title on this camera. Nothing really special. You can't change the color of the title, unfortunately. It's just the title. You also can't turn it off. I thought you could turn it off while you were recording. I guess not, though. And here is a two-liner. Very appropriate, don't you think? Okay, so I'm going to come over here, and we're going to have our typical camera test. Yes, I know, gotta do this in all the camera test videos. While I'm here, I'm going to test the high-speed shutter mode. So right now it's an automatic. This is 160, which is what it's at right now, it appears. 100. 250, sorry for the blinking. 500. 1000. 2000. It's flashing at me probably because it perceives that there is not enough light for it to operate. 4000. 10,000. And back to automatic. Just like that. The last thing I'm going to demonstrate, you can see that we are now in a low light situation. I'll put the video light to automatic. And there it comes on. Look at that. It's really nice. When I go over to areas of more light, it doesn't shut off for some reason. I really did think it would turn off. There it goes. Probably just have to be closer to the light source than I was. Then there's our light. You can leave it on. Really illuminates things. Like I said, once again, if I turn on the view screen, I lose my video light. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure that's got to do with some kind of battery save. Not that it really would need it, because it's running on AC power. So it's kind of interesting that it does that on AC power. Alright, that is it for the video. I can't think of anything else to tell you. So, thank you for watching. And you can see the 4 zoom speeds. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off, and I hope to see you next time. Till then.